Welcome back, everyone. This is my full breakdown of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 7, the finale. There are a ton of Easter eggs and references, and yes, the episode ends by directly teasing what's coming in Season 3. We're shifting now from a Joel and Ellie-driven story in Seasons 1 and 2 to something more focused on Abby in Season 3. According to the showrunners, Season 3 will mostly center around Abby's perspective. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the episodes. The title, Convergence, refers to the moment Ellie and Abby finally meet, something Ellie has been obsessed with ever since she witnessed Abby kill Joel. Notably, there's no cold open in this episode. Instead, it jumps straight into the opening title sequence, now featuring just Ellie, because we're mostly back in the present day, and Joel is gone. The episode opens at the Pinnacle Theater, where Jesse is helping Dina, who's bleeding from a seraphite arrow wound. They barely made it back while Ellie was off turning Nora into a walker. Technically, Ellie killed her. Even though we don't see it happen on screen, it's heavily implied, especially since in the game, Ellie does kill Nora, so we probably won't see a runner version of her in Season 3. While Dina screams in pain, we hear WLF radio chatter. They're calling their boats back, preparing for a larger assault on the Seraphite Island. This is important because both the aquarium, where Abby and her crew usually are, and the Seraphite Island are located nearby, and the WLF needs the boats for this operation. Dina's injury adds urgency. She already had one reason to head back to Jackson because of her pregnancy. Now, she's got a life-threatening wound on top of that. It's becoming clear staying here is irresponsible. And this is before Ellie even tells Dina the full truth about why Abby killed Joel and what Joel did to the Fireflies, including killing Abby's father in Salt Lake City. Once Ellie reveals this, it becomes the final straw for Dina. She starts realizing that the revenge mission is tearing everything apart. This episode really dives into how Ellie's obsession is fracturing her relationships, especially with Dina. She doesn't tell Jesse about the pregnancy right away, and she keeps quiet about Nora too, until she eventually confesses to Jesse. There's a moment where Dina tends to Ellie's wounds, and we see the scars, some old, some fresh from her fight with Nora. Ellie admits it was hard to torture her, to make her talk. She didn't think she had it in her, but she did. One of the biggest moments in the episode comes when Ellie finally tells Dina the truth about Joel's actions, killing the Fireflies and Abby's dad. You can see Dina's reaction. It shakes her. She realizes that everything they're going through is because of a lie and a cycle of revenge that needs to end. But Ellie, she's not ready to stop. Even after the death of Mel, who was very pregnant, which gives Ellie disturbing flashbacks to Dina, she still doesn't back down. Part of Dina's pain is realizing that Ellie knew the truth all along, but brought her on this mission anyway. And now that she's injured and pregnant, it feels like a betrayal. We then flash to the title card, Seattle, Day 3. To show we're back in the present timeline. Later in the episode, we also get a flashback labeled Abby, Seattle Day 1, teasing that Season 3 will rewind to show Abby's 3-day arc. Just like in the game, a large chunk of the story will be from Abby's perspective, forcing us to question, who's really the villain? According to Neil Druckmann, revenge itself is the true enemy. Ellie and Jesse go to meet up with Tommy, and we learn that Shimmer the horse is still alive. This is a change from the game, where Shimmer dies early on, probably because killing a horse on screen was deemed too much, even for HBO. They pass another Seraphite mural, suggesting the Seraphites choose a new prophet after each death. There's a moment when Ellie saves a Seraphite kid and risks their position. Why? Because Ellie has a PTSD flashback, seeing herself in that kid, the way Joel once saved her. Again, it's a glimpse into her mind. She's so deep in this revenge path, she's blind to everything else. Meanwhile, Isaac and Park are planning their final assault on the Seraphite Island. Abby and her crew are missing, and Isaac makes it clear that she's more important than any other soldier. He even sees her as a potential successor to lead the WLF, which gives us a glimpse of how he views her. We'll likely explore this more when Season 3 flashes back to what Abby's been up to during these 3 days. At the bookstore, Ellie grabs a Sesame Street book, thinking of Dina's baby. Jesse tells a story about falling in love with a traveling painter, a terrible artist, but someone he loved deeply. He almost left town with her, but stayed because Jackson needed him. This story foreshadows Jesse's tragic death at the hands of Abby later in the episode. The writers explained he represents collateral damage. He's the most honorable person in the group, and yet he dies because of someone else's revenge mission. As they leave, the camera lingers on a giraffe toy, a callback to the giraffes in Salt Lake City from Season 1. Ellie sees the Ferris wheel in the distance and makes the connection to the aquarium where Abby's hiding. Jesse splits off to help Tommy, while Ellie chooses, again, to go after Abby instead. She sees Isaac's forces heading toward the Seraphite Island and hears the explosions in the distance. Another chance to turn back, but she doesn't. Even after being capsized, almost drowning, and being nearly killed by Seraphites, she still chooses revenge. This entire episode is a slow, painful descent into Ellie's obsession. Everyone around her sees the cost. Dina, Jesse, even Tommy. But Ellie, she's not ready to let go. Not yet. Season 3 will pick up with Abby's story and show us the other side of this journey, just like the game. And from there, the question becomes clear. How far is too far for revenge? Let me know your thoughts on the finale and what you're expecting in Season 3. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates on all future episodes. See you in the next video.